Nice to meet you.
I'm gonna still keep. I'm gonna cut this off. It's all right?
It's all good, man.
All right. I just realized on the first one, I never introduced myself,
Okay.
so that was a big mistake of me. So obviously, I'm your host, Fernando. Welcome to Uncensored Podcast, and today I got
Paul.
give me like a little 2 minute introduction, 2 3 minute introduction about who you are, what you do, what's your life.
My name is Paul. Father of 6. And making the transition from being a chef to a barber.
Father of 6, huh?
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So obviously, I know a little bit of Paul. We're co-workers, so some questions seem like I already knew the answer to, or I already know what I'm going to be asking for. It's just because obviously I know
It's
you,
all
bro.
good, man.
All friends here. So
You
I
know
know
it.
you're from Pennsylvania, right?
Nope.
PA,
No.
Virginia.
Nope. I'm from
No,
Florida.
you're from here.
Well, I was born in New York, but I've been raised down here in Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was the transition coming from PA,
Pennsylvania.
to like down
Back
here?
down here. Um, it was cool, man. Again, I'm from here, so I was only living in Pennsylvania for like 6 years. That's where I actually started cutting hair over
Okay.
there. And the transition back down here. Um, it's a little hard just because coming back to an old place, not trying to go back to old places. Um, so I mean, besides that, I mean, it's been pretty cool, man. It's been pretty
Okay.
cool.
What do you mean by like old places though? Like bad spots?
Bad spots, man. The reason why I went to Pennsylvania, I was just out here running the streets, being reckless, doing stupid shit, and it's one of those things where, and having 6 kids, they don't equal out. You know what I'm saying? I got sons, I got daughters. It's not leaving a good example for them. You know what I'm
No, of
saying? I was in
course.
and out of jail, doing all types of wild stuff. So I went to Pennsylvania to reset my life, reset my mind, and get refocused.
So did you live like in a bad area when you were in Pennsylvania, or when you lived here?
No, when I lived here.
So when you lived here is, I mean, would you call that you live like in the hood?
Yeah, for sure.
So obviously, I'm gonna jump the gun. I'm gonna go right into it
Let's
because
go.
this is what I care about. You
Let's
know what I
go.
mean?
Let's go, man.
Yo, it's hot.
Let's cut all. Let's cut it all. Let's
Yeah.
cut all the tape. Let's go right to
So
it.
I'm pretty sure you always hear that like the whole. Obviously, once again, these are our opinions, our own opinions and thoughts. Do you want to say, and do you like agree with everyone else when they say like leaving the hood is actually hard? Because I am gonna say that it seems like you did, right? You did leave the hood, right?
To an extent.
To an extent, but you did leave that lifestyle. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Do
definitely.
you want to say that it actually is hard to leave that lifestyle?
It's super hard.
So you do agree then?
Super hard. Super hard.
Why?
First off, the money. Let's just be honest. The money.
Money?
The money.
Okay.
If you have a very good job nowadays, what's that? 25, 30, let's say $30 an hour. Let's say a great job, you're getting paid $40 an hour. I'd get one phone call and make $250. I'd get one phone call and make $500. Took me 15 minutes. You're working all week for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's crazy.
You have to figure out life, and then guess what? I have my money right here, right now. You got to go get yelled at by somebody working at a 9 to 5 all day long, and you're not appreciated. You're overworked. You're underpaid. And I'm just over here chilling in the hood, having a good time. I wake up when I want. I go to sleep when I want. I hang out with the homies all day. Why would you not want to do that? In the grand scheme of things, in perspective, would you rather go to somebody's place of business, get yelled at, get belittled by some manager all day, or just chill in the hood with your friends and make money all day?
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously, when you put it like that in that perspective,
So
I understand.
it's very
Because, like I
hard.
said, I mean, obviously, like I'm not from there at all. I mean, I don't want to say that we lived in the hood, but I mean, we lived in an okay area.
Yeah.
So I always wanted to understand that because I've always heard so many different sides from different like ethnicities. You know, like so for example, like I have one black guy that says, "Oh no, it's actually easy to leave the hood." I got another black guy that says, "No, it's actually hard." So I've always wanted to understand on both sides because part of this whole thing that I'm doing right now is I want to see and I want people to like explain and I want to understand what people are always go through. You know what I mean? Because like, at the end of the day, you never know what people go through. So for you, it is hard.
Of course. Listen, even going from a chef to a barber is hard.
Yeah, different lifestyles.
No, again, it's the money.
No, yeah, the money.
It's
You're
the
right.
money.
Money.
You know what I'm saying? Like you have all these barbers online, all these celebrity barbers. Oh, barbers make so much money, $250 haircuts and all that stuff like that. That's not realistic. That gives a false perception to your average person out there, and they don't understand that you're not going to walk into that industry, into the barber industry, with $100 haircuts. These people online doing these $100, $200 haircuts, they're 10 years
She's
into the game,
crazy.
15 years into the game. They've built it to that. But that's not the part that they're telling you. They're not telling you like I've been doing this for 15, 20 years. They're not telling you like where I started off doing $5 haircuts in my mom's garage. You know what I'm saying? They're just showing you that, so it
Give them a
draws people
glimpse.
to that flame, and it's unrealistic.
So then now, because this I heard of a client of mine that told me he came from the hood as well. His own words. He told me that what he feels is that it's not. I mean, I guess you would consider it almost the same thing. I kind of consider the same thing. He said it's not. It's not that it's hard to leave the hood. It's that it's just too easy to stay in it. So I mean, it's kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah,
It's just too easy to stay in that.
it's too easy to
It's
stay
too
in
easy
it.
to stay in that lifestyle of just kind of like you said. I guess waking up,
Listen,
slanging.
if you're the first day you go to a job and then you've worked that 8 hours and you go home with no money in your pocket after you've been running in the streets all day, you're literally gonna feel like you wasted a whole entire day and made $0. Why? Because you have to wait 2 weeks for your paycheck. Now, when you're leaving the streets and then you go get that very first job, you have to wait 3 weeks for that first paycheck. You waited almost an entire month. Listen, even your little petty hustlers that don't even really make that much money, you're making $100 a day. But that's every single day you have money in your pocket. If you have my kids, they got regular, you know what I'm saying, high school kid jobs. They probably make $400 a week, $500 every 2 weeks or something. That's not real money. They think it's great because they're kids.
Yeah.
But if they actually had bills to pay, they would realize, like, bro, this is not it. This is not it. And then that's why so many people are drawn to that fast money because of the lifestyle that's out there. And you're looking at all these people on Instagrams and all these girls are Birkin bags and vacations to here and here. How can you afford that working at McDonald's? How can you afford that working at Home Depot or Lowe's? You know what I'm saying? Your average guy nowadays, the money goes with the women. Every man wants that prize. So you're gonna go with how can I get the most amount of money to go get that girl that I want.
Yeah.
So it's hard. It's hard, man. It's very hard.
No, I'm glad you making some key points on that. Because like I said, I've always myself had just wondered. I'm just a curious person, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah. So now that you're back in Florida now, right?
Uh-huh.
How has it been for you? From going back and forth almost.
I mean, you know, for me, everything's about finances for me personally. So it's like even cutting hair. A lot of people cut hair because it's a passion for them. What I'm saying, they like the environment and everything like that. I don't. I'll be honest with you. I don't. I never got into barbering because I thought it was cool. I never got into it because it was a passion of mine. I got into it because I was giving myself a lineup on YouTube and I saw a video. Oh, you can make $100,000 a year cutting hair. Then I broke down the numbers. I said, okay, I only got to do this many cuts at $30. This many. Okay, it's doable. So for me, it's all business. This is not a passion of mine. I don't. No, this is a job for me. You know what I'm saying? And for me personally, for me, it's just a job, man. It's just I need to be the best.
So like, what would you say is your passion?
Money,
Money.
money.
Money's a passion of I believe everyone
Listen,
in the
man,
world.
money is the root of all evil, man. It's taking me into some dark places, but it's taking me into some beautiful places as well, man. And listen, man.
I do want to say this, right? Because I feel like, man, I gotta explain it correctly so people don't get offended. But when people say, "Oh, money doesn't buy you happiness,"
It does.
I feel like you're not
You haven't made enough.
either you haven't made enough or you're just not spending it wisely to the point where it would make you happy.
No,
Like,
you haven't
bro,
made enough.
well, yeah. So hold on.
Point
So
blank, you haven't made
you
enough.
haven't made enough.
That's
So
it.
listen, for me, right? Like when I have like fantastic weeks, bro, and I'm like, yo, babe, listen, you know what? What sandals do you want? What shoes do you want? You know what? I'm gonna get you two pairs
Yes.
of shoes. I'm like, bro, like that to me
Yes.
is happy because it's like why like I get to see, like I know that she's happy because she's getting new pairs of shoes. She's getting some shirts. My son, I'm like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna get my son 2 pairs of shoes this week instead of 3. And my son's 2 years old. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't really know anything about it, but it's just for him at that very moment. He just gets excited. He's like, shoes, shoes, shoes,
Yeah.
and that to me is just joy. Or for example, when my wife is like, like she really wants a road trip, right? She really wants to get out of town just for like 2 days, and I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, you know what? I've had a fantastic week. Let's get
Let's
out,
go. Yeah.
bro. She is in such an amazing mood. She is happy,
Uh-huh.
and seeing her happy, oh, that's it for me. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like that's what does it for me. That's what I do believe. Money does money does bring happiness.
Yes, very easily.
You just gotta know where to apply it to.
Just
Now,
again, you just gotta make enough.
if you're sitting here and you just blowing it on just dumb things,
Yep.
then it's like, all right, cool. Maybe you're just not, then I understand. But like, for example, if I make it right and I'm sitting here and I'm balling out on money, bro, and I got stacks of money next to me, bro, I'm buying my parents a new house. I'm taking my parents out of work. I will even take out my wife's parents out of work and I will buy them a house. You know what I mean? But it's like, guess what? It's like seeing them like, oh my god, like
Yeah, because now your
I can
wife's
I can I
parents are
can
happy. Now
rest.
she's
Yeah,
happy.
like I
Yes.
can rest. I can actually sit down.
Yep.
My son-in-law just bought me this. Like I can actually rest now. Like I don't gotta sit here and bust my ass all day.
Yep.
That to me is happiness, bro. Like you know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's a big misconception that I feel like definitely doesn't get talked a lot
Oh
about
yeah,
on. But
money definitely buys you happiness. Anybody
I
that
I
says that,
agree.
listen, you're either just an angry person or you haven't made enough. You know what I'm saying?
Or
Now, money doesn't fix all
you're just not
problems.
spending it wisely
Yeah,
too.
money doesn't fix all problems. You know what I'm saying? Money's not going to stop you from dying. Money's not going to stop her from leaving you or him from leaving you. It's not going to stop him or her from cheating on you. It's not going to stop any of those things. But you know what? After he or she cheats on you, it's a lot easier to get over it when you're on vacation somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Guess what? If you're broke, now they cheated on you. Now you're just sitting here, got cheated on and you're broke. You know what I'm saying? So it's a double whammy.
A double.
So yes,
That
yes.
just sucks.
Money easily buys happiness. Easily.
No, I agree.
And
Honestly, I
everybody
agree.
has a vice. Everybody. Your vice may be different from somebody else's vice. But guess what? You can't appease these vices without money. So just because, let's say, like, okay, your wife likes sandals. Okay, cool. You like other things. Cool. Your vices are different from hers. Guess what? You can't get those things that make you happy without that money. So yeah, it all revolves around money, man.
No, it does. I mean, like for example, like one of my biggest things, like I love shoes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I have a good week, and damn, it's boring. And I'll go get me a pair of shoes, and then honestly, bro, like I'll be happy for the rest of the day. Not because I bought myself shoes, but just because I was able to buy myself shoes and then still have my bills paid.
Mm-hmm.
That to me is like, oh man, like I'm happy, bro.
Yeah.
I'm good. And obviously, I know that some people like it might be like, yo, like you're just being like materialistic.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's about because even then, like I mean, fine. Like if you even want to break it down too, there's weeks, bro, like where I look at my phone and I paid all my bills, bro. What?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
literally like that's joy for me.
Yeah. Listen, man, when you having good weeks, it's definitely easier on everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. You go
No,
home in a better mood, your wife's in a better mood, your kids in a better mood. It's a waterfall effect, man.
no, I agree. I 100% agree. So before we move on with anything else, explain to me about your products.
Going into the barber industry, I looked at it from day one as a business.
Okay.
And I realized from the beginning that I'm not going to have a million clients busting through the door because I'm not known as a barber to anybody. So going into that industry, I already realized that I had to come up with different ways that I can still make money regardless. Okay. So this right here is actually the first product I came up with. Is my No For Essentials hair and body oil. Okay. I've actually been working on this recipe right here for probably like 3-4 years.
3 to 4 years?
Nice. Yeah. I started working on this back in Pennsylvania. When I came down to Florida and ended up going to barber school, I really perfected it. Because before I didn't know that there was like actual formulas and ratios for certain things, and
you just
I just took my chef experience and I said, hey man, I can marinate and steep some oils, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, this is good. So I started researching different things, and the woman that I was with at the time, she was always doing stuff like that. She makes soaps and everything like that, so it was like super easy. So We've been working on this right here for a while, and this is great it's great for hair growth, hair strength, great for moisture, dry scalp, color retention, and even if you want to use it for like some aromatherapy, you could just put it inside your little wax melts or whatever you want to call them.
Okay.
And yeah, man, this is great, man. This is great.
Well, I can definitely say that like I will admit it is good. As some of you can see, I got a little bush going on. So honestly, like using that was actually very nice because some of the products that I have, it's heavy products. Smells good,
Yeah,
feels great. It's just heavy sometimes on me, and I can feel it. And what I liked about it from the no for oil, we'll call it
yeah,
right, no for oil. What I liked about it was that it felt light, but it still gave me that like I can still brush my fingers through it, and it'll still feel like I'm not yanking on my hairs or anything like that.
yep, yep.
So I did like it. I was very impressed with it. I'm gonna put the links
Okay.
and IG name
And
in the description. So if you guys want to go on the IG and order from him,
And if you're wondering, it does not have a strong odor. I wanted to make it very universal, so men and women could both use it. If you use it on your kids,
nice.
so it doesn't really have a strong odor. In case you're wondering what it smells like, it has a very mild to neutral odor.
I
Um,
would say very. I would say I got like a clean smell from it.
yeah, that's why I say mild to almost neutral. I didn't try to make it too strong of any specific sense, so it's easily masked with whatever body sprays or perfumes / colognes that you like to use on your daily basis.
awesome. Now on to the other big one.
Yeah.
6 kids.
6 kids, man.
Talk to me, bro.
6 kids,
When
5 women.
was the first one? What was the first one?
Sophomore year, high school.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah, sophomore. No, yeah, sophomore year, high school. But yeah, I had my other one, senior year in high school.
That's 2.
That's 2. They were dropping every 2 years after that, man.
Every 2 years.
Every 2 years, man. I got a 18, should be 19 this year. My other son just turned 17.
Okay.
My daughter's 15. My other daughter's turning 13, and my son is 10, turning 11.
And I know you got one more, right?
And then yeah, the baby, he's 2. Wait, I gave him a gap.
You gave him a gap.
Yeah, he's 2.
Man.
Yeah, 6 kids,
And
5 women.
so 5 what?
5 women.
5. So 6 kids, 5 women.
Yes, yes.
That's crazy, bro.
Life is crazy.
Life is crazy.
Life is crazy, man.
What happened at 15, bro? Talk to me, bro. Like what happened at 15? Like
Listen,
what was
man.
going on, bro? What was going on through your mind at 15?
Who cares?
Who cares?
I was just having fun, man.
You was having fun?
Yeah, right.
That's a good answer, bro. I respect that.
Listen. She wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting it. It just happened. It literally just happened. Like it was one of those things where, when you're little kids, you never think about those types of consequences.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We were all out there at one point.
You never think of those types of consequences until it actually happens. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, yeah, it was because like, oh, and you know what? My problem is,
what's your problem?
My first baby mama was too good. I'm not gonna lie to you. She was too good. Like she's too good of a baby mama. Okay?
Tell me why.
Like if she would have been one of those like angry, bitter, harsh baby mamas, you know what I'm saying? One of those people that's like really
vengeful,
vengeful. Maybe I wouldn't have had so many kids. Because I'm probably like, you know what? I can't deal with this. You know what I'm saying?
Too stressful.
Too stressful. But she was so cool. Like we're cool right now. Like we're cool till this day. Like we got no problems. Like
no beef.
No beef. I cut her boyfriend's hair. I cut his son's hair. Like there's no problems. None at all. So it's like
to you, it kind of made it seem like, okay, like, well, if this is like this, everything else might be easy. I might have the same baby mama over and over.
Yeah, cool. And yeah, man, it's like,
okay.
Yeah. So I got my first 2 kids with her, my first baby mama.
Okay, so you have 2 kids with her.
2 kids with my first one.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Everybody else just has 1. My second baby mama, she was my actual high school sweetheart.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, probably like a year or 2 after high school, she ended up getting pregnant. Yeah, things just didn't work out with us. Shout out to you, Gabrielle. Yeah, she lives in Texas right now, over in Dallas, and yeah,
boy, giving zip code and everything.
Yeah, I know she is, but that's different. But yeah, then I got another one. Yeah, and we were just messing around for a while. I had a kid, and
6.
yeah, and then number 5, I was with his mom for a while, and we ended up having a kid, and then we actually ended up breaking up because I wouldn't leave the streets.
You wanted to leave the
No,
streets?
I wouldn't leave the
Oh, you
streets.
wouldn't
Yeah,
leave.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. When we got together, I was working at Target at the time, and
Okay.
I was still like running the streets and everything like that. But she didn't know. She thought I was just working at Target. You know what I'm saying? So, and she's very proper. You know what I'm saying? Like she is not no hood chick at all. Like she's not from the hood. She don't associate with it or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Proper.
yeah, very proper.
Okay.
So yeah, man, it just came down to the point where she's like, listen, man, like you got to stop all this because like you have a kid now, like you're not having this around my child, and da 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 da. And then yeah, I was just like,
Man, Leo.
bro, I make too much money. You tripping? Like I'm nah, man. Like
Going back to money.
yeah, and
The
going
root,
back to
the
like
root of all evil. The
yeah,
root of all evil.
you want me to be broke? Nah. At this point again, I already got 4 more kids. So you number 5. Like whoa, I can't.
I can't stop
No, you
now.
want me to stop now? No, I can't do that. So I'm looking at it like, you know what? At this point, I already got 3 more baby mamas. Like, yeah, you could just get added to the list at this point. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't like, listen, I'm not gonna go broke to make you happy. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Because
Yeah.
then guess what? What happens when you're not happy anymore? Now I'm broke, you're unhappy. Now I'm left with nothing. No, at least let me get my money. So, yeah, I just see ya. And yeah, man.
And then 6. I mean, number 6.
Well, then baby mama number 5, kid number 6. I met her in Pennsylvania. Um, and yeah, we were just out there for a while, and then yeah, it just didn't work out, man. Didn't work out. We have different views on a lot of things. We don't really agree on I would say key points to make a relationship thrive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She, in my opinion, is one of these how would I say it?
Without.
No, I don't even care.
Go ahead. Say
She's
it.
one of these new age independent women. She don't need no man for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like she's at it, and like, yo, that's cool. That's cool. But if you don't need a man for nothing, why be with him?
Mm. Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
We're about to get into a serious topic right now.
So it's one of those things. Like she's one of those, I could do bad all by myself. Okay, well then do that. You know what I'm saying? Well then do that. But me personally, I'm Bayesian and Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? My dad's from Barbados, my mom's from Puerto Rico. I was raised very Caribbean. Um, so for me, it's one of those things where, yeah, I am the man of the house, man. Like this isn't a dictatorship, but it's 51-49.
51-49.
51-49. You know what I'm saying? In my
I like
opinion.
that. I respect.
Because again, this is not a dictatorship. You know what I'm saying? But on certain topics, I do believe I should have the final say. Because
Okay.
very simply, if somebody breaks into our front door, who got to go get the robber? Oh, me. Okay, so my life is on the line. Okay, so yeah, I got 51. Yeah, and she definitely feels like, nah, it should be, I could say and do. Nah, man, nah, I can't get jiggy with that. So there's just a lot of topics we just didn't agree on, and we both just felt it'd be better just to.
So I'm gonna come back to that because that's a very. I feel like that's a topic that nowadays, is
Hey, listen,
pretty.
man,
It's pretty serious. I am gonna go back to
I
that,
got my
but
beliefs, and it is what it is for me, man.
so before we go back to that, I want to ask you then, what is like an ideal woman for you then? You know what I mean? Like, what do you feel like? You know what? Like, if you were to meet somebody right now and get to know them for 2 years without having a kid, just getting to know them. I know it might be hard in your predicament, but
I got to be with them for more than 2 years with no kid.
and no kid.
Ah, okay.
All right, all right, all right.
I'm thinking. Let's go.
Okay. What would you be like in your head? What would go through and be like? You know what? I'm gonna give her a ring. She deserves one. I'm gonna give her a ring. I'm gonna really settle down with her. I'm gonna talk through all the issues with her. What is like that woman to you?
I don't know, man.
You don't know?
I don't know. I mean, number one, um, I ain't gonna lie, man. Number one, yeah, my kids gonna have to like you.
Because
Yeah,
okay,
you
okay,
know what I'm saying? Like they gonna have to like it, and if yeah, that right there is number one. You know what I'm saying? Like
no brainer.
my oldest daughter, especially, if she says nah, it doesn't even matter.
Does it matter?
It doesn't even
Okay, I
matter.
like that because
You know what I'm
at the
saying?
end
Like,
of the day, what you're doing is you're still putting your kids first.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Okay, I respect
yeah,
that.
yeah. If I introduce, you know what I'm saying, or if I just like tell my older daughter about her and introduce her to her, and she's like, it's not gonna work. It ain't gonna work.
I love that.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
nice.
And yeah, and then on top of that, you know what I'm saying? Because again, I got a lot of, bro, I got luggage. I got luggage, bro. Like I got luggage, bro. I got a storage unit. Okay, like, you know them pods that sit outside in the driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one of them U store pods, bro. Okay,
Damn.
like, bro, 6 kids, 5 baby mamas, bro. That's a lot of personalities another woman would have to deal with.
So now, man, I got so many, bro. Like all these topics are going through me right now, right?
Yeah,
How would you feel trying to date a woman in your predicament?
I did.
How many? Oh, you did?
Yeah, my younger son, his mom, the one from Pennsylvania. Yeah, she got 1, 2, she got 4 kids, and with mine is 5.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, she got 1, 2, she got 3 baby daddies, and I'm
So
her 4th baby daddy.
how did did anything cross your
Listen, man,
mind? As in
I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. It's gonna sound so crazy.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
He is only. She's. Listen. Look, it don't even matter how many kids I got. I don't even date women with kids, bro.
You don't.
I don't even date women with kids. Why? Because listen, I'm an involved father. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, listen, there's certain things like, hey, man, whatever you and my mom got going on, I don't care. But it's like once it comes to my kids, and a lot of these stepdads out here, they really feel like they can put their hands on somebody's kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, she'll be here with me. No. Listen, we ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, bro, I'll go to jail very quickly if somebody puts their hands on my kids. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I've never wanted to be like, I don't even put my hands on my kids. Like, I don't even whoop my kids. You know what I'm saying? So for me to even think like some other dude is going, no. It's not happening. It's not happening. Yeah. So, and then on top of that, dudes always be getting jealous when the baby mama's around a new dude, and dudes like to fight over females and stuff. Like, listen, bro, I don't want to be in that position.
You don't want the drama that comes with
I
it.
don't want the drama with the guy. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of guys nowadays is just so sensitive, bro. Like they're just so feminine.
It's a sense. Okay,
They're
okay.
feminine, bro.
I
They're
like
feminine.
that.
And I'm not trying to sit here and have beef with some guy over some girl that I met. Like I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? Like if I meet this girl and you happen to have a kid with her, but I don't know you. I met her. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, a lot of dudes, yeah, man. Like so I've never she's only the second woman I've ever dated that actually had kids. You know what I'm saying? Like me before that was like, oh, you got no, I'm cool. And people look at me crazy, like, well, you got like 4 kids. Yeah, I know it comes with that. So I don't even want to entertain that. You know what I'm saying? But
So you definitely say that. So to summarize, you pretty much wouldn't date somebody that already has kind of like your luggage, right? Like your baggage.
Well, it depends. Like me, after doing it, to be honest with you, it's not that bad. To be honest with you, it's cool. It's cool. No, and it really depends on that person. You know what I'm saying? Because okay, I'll put it to you like this.
Okay.
If when it comes to that baby mama baby daddy relationship, for all these people out here wondering, if one of the parents still wants the other one, it's always going to be a problem. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter which one it is. If one of them still wants the other one, there will forever be a problem.
It has to come to like an equal.
It needs to like it needs to be like so. It's very hard to find one of those. You know what I'm saying? It's very hard to find like me and my first baby mom, like we don't want anything to do
with each other.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's no like, oh, what's happening? There's like none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like so it's like it's easy. Like it doesn't bother me seeing her with another guy. You know what I'm saying?
Doesn't bother her.
And it doesn't bother her. Like, let's sit here and crack jokes. You know what I'm saying? Like, she'll tell, hey, you sure you want to mess with my baby daddy? All right, it's all on you. All right. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's not no animosity. Ain't no, you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
fuck him.
Yeah, there's none of that there. So it's very easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if one person still wants the other, it's gonna be a tough relationship, man. It's always gonna be turmoil and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, I ain't dealing with that, man. I ain't dealing with that.
No, I understand. I mean, I've always heard, I've always heard that, like, I've always heard how some people say, you know what, I genuinely just can't be with someone that has kids. I've met people like that.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I won't ever say names, but I met somebody. They made a point. I'm gonna mention to you, and I want to see what you guys say about it. They told me that the reason why they can't be with a woman that already has kids is because he's like, what sucks is that I'm gonna fall in love with that kid. I'm gonna want that kid, right? I'm gonna treat that kid as if he's mine. We end up getting divorced, whatever. And to summarize what he said, he's like, now I'm out of the kid. I'm not the biological father, so I can't see the kid, even if we've been together for 7 years. And on top of that, I lose half my money. You understand what I
Mhm.
said? How do you like? Do you agree with that too?
I mean, if you're sitting here worried about your money, you get a prenup. That's nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, and then on top of that, it's like, listen, man, you can have your own kids. You can marry a woman as a virgin. You have kids with this woman, and guess what? She leaves you after 15 years. You got an 11-year-old and a 9-year-old, and guess what? They're probably going to hate you because they're going to listen to their mom. And these are your biological kids. So does it make a difference if it's a step kid? No.
Well, he was just saying that he was just like, like it's a step kid, and I'm gonna fall in love, like I'm gonna fall in love with the step kid and treat him like it's mine.
Yeah.
But
now take the same exact instance. It's the same thing can happen either way.
okay,
So if you're looking at it like that, like this could possibly be taken away from me. You can marry a virgin and have a kid with that woman, and she could possibly leave you. So if you're going to always base things off the hypotheticals, well, you're going to be stuck in the same place forever.
see, like when he told me that, right? To like all the single parents out there and all that, and moms or dads that have kids. I don't know. Like when he told me that, I was a little like, that doesn't really sound like a smart point because it's like, first of all, I'm not gonna sit here and marry you and then give you kids and then still in the back of my mind be like, man, but what if we do break
That's what
up?
I'm saying. Why are you thinking
Because
like that?
like so for example, like for my wife, bro, that has I mean, once we got together, once we got kids, once we both said yes, I mean, bro, like that never has crossed my
Yeah,
mind.
you
Like
don't even
never.
think
Even
like
until
that.
now, like for example, like if me and my wife have a bad night or we have like a rough day, we argued all day, I'm still not gonna sit here and be like, man, fuck her.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be like, yo, you know what? Let me hop on some PS5 right now. Let me chill out for a little bit. I'm gonna have her chill out,
Listen, man,
and then we're just gonna come back and talk about it.
if you build that relationship with that kid and the mom isn't evil, she's going to let you to continue that relationship with that kid. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
guess what? If you build that relationship with that kid and that kid wants to continue a relationship with you, if that mom is not evil, she will let that relationship continue. Why? Because regardless of what you guys had going on, and you know what? I'll use my baby mama number 5. We'll just keep the names out of it. Baby
yeah,
mama number
please.
5.
I ain't
Um,
trying to have nobody come up to me or you.
yeah. Baby mama number 5. Her oldest son. Her oldest son is actually the logo of my business cards. That's actually him. That's not even my child.
That's crazy.
You see what I'm saying? I talk to
I
my
didn't know
father.
that. I didn't know that.
Nobody knows. Nobody even knows who that is. They all think it's just a random client, but no. That's
I
actually
actually thought
baby
it was
mama
just
number
some
5.
crazy AI
No.
thing that you just pulled
Baby
up.
mama number 5, that's her oldest son.
Wow,
I left Pennsylvania a year and a half ago. Yeah, a year and a half ago now. And he hasn't cut his hair since because he's waiting for me to come back to cut his hair.
damn, a year and a half later, no haircut. That's what. That's rough.
But what I'm saying is, I wasn't even with her for
That's
7 years.
bond.
That's that
That's bond.
bond that I built with him.
Okay,
And you know what I'm saying? And she respects it so much, she hasn't even forced him to go and get it cut by anybody else. That's some more time, like, bro, I don't even know when I'm come back. Go get it cut. You know what I'm saying? He's like, nah, it's cool. Nah, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, again, it's because of that bond that we've built. You know what I'm saying? So listen, just because her and I didn't work out, she's not going to stop her son from having a good relationship, you know what I'm saying, with me just because her and I didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say if that parent, you know what I'm saying, nah, man. Why would you stop your child from being loved by somebody else?
yeah. No, I like that. You made some pretty good points. Because like I said, like when he first told me, I'm trying to remember like exact word for word. He was just telling me he's like, I would never date nobody. I would never date a woman that has kids just because it makes no sense for me. I'm
I
gonna
feel
get.
him though. I feel him.
I understood what he was saying,
Oh yeah.
but I also wanted to see. Like I said, bro. Once again, I'm a curious person.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
love to see both sides of everything. You know what I mean? I understood his point of view, but I also want to see another point of view. I also want to see what somebody else has to say about that. Like do they also agree, or do they think otherwise, like you?
Yeah,
Because
I agree to some degree.
I agree to some degree as well,
Yeah.
100%. By the same time, I feel like I never dated anybody and was like, I wonder if I'm going to break up with them in 2 years.
Yeah, I don't think like that either, man.
And I feel like maybe part of his thinking came from that, and then maybe I feel like that's why he felt and expressed that way. Because like I said, I mean, at the end of the day, but listen, I mean, if me and my wife were never together, right? And I met a girl, and I mean, hands down, bro, first date was a blast, and we hung out for like a month straight. And she's like, "Hey, listen, I got a kid. I want you to know, how would you want to proceed?" I'm gonna be like, you know what? I'm cool. Let's just take it step by step.
Yeah.
And continue going. And if everything is great, bro, and if everything feels perfect, and it feels like it's meant to be, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, yo, like, what if we don't make? You know,
Yeah,
I will
man.
never think that way
You
because
can't think like that,
I
man.
feel like you're just self sabotaging yourself.
Uh-huh.
I feel like it's the same thing like for barbering, right? As we're barbers, right? The moment that you sit somebody down in your chair and you put the neck strip on, right? Are you gonna be like, damn, like, am I gonna zeke him? Am I gonna mess him up? Because
No,
bro,
start envisioning the haircut.
the moment that you start thinking like that, bro, that's a wrap.
Oh yeah,
It's
no,
a wrap.
I don't think like that,
In
man.
my opinion, it's a wrap
Me
because you
personally,
already set yourself up.
I get nervous every time I cut somebody's head, no matter who. Even my son, my own kids, it doesn't matter. The closer I get to the end of the haircut, the more nervous I get. Because now they're about to go look at it. They're gonna critique the work. You know what I'm saying? So I always look at it like, oh, I start getting nervous towards the end of the haircut. Like I walk in with full confidence, and it just the further along in the haircut, it just goes down and down more and more and more, man. It's just like, I don't know, man. Even to this day, still every single client, as soon as I'm about to finish and I hand them the mirror, like every time I hand them the mirror, I always take a deep breath and I have to look away.
See, and to me, bro, it's the complete opposite. Like, I'm not no amazing barber, you know what I mean? But I am always confident and always happy with what I do. Like, listen, like, I'm gonna feel 100% from the moment I sat you down to then the moment I finished. I'm gonna give it to you, and I'm gonna spin you around. I'm gonna stare at you too as I'm doing it.
No.
Like I'm like, yo, like you like it, bro? You like
I
it?
can't do that. I'm too nervous, man. I'm too nervous, man. I'm too nervous.
Nah, bro. I'm like, yo, listen, you like it? You see anything? Talk to me. What's going on?
Well, I mean,
we happy? And then it's like,
I
I just feel like if you just show that confidence, bro, I feel like none of that issues. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's like, yo,
like I said, I got confidence the whole time until I hand in that mirror. Once I hand that mirror,
I'm gonna sneeze and look away.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely.
Nah, see, I can't, bro. I'm always confident. Now let's get into something a little bit more serious too, because this is definitely and like I said, I'm going back to what we had spoken about the 5149, right?
5149.
Because I feel like in today's world, I feel like it's a huge problem where women are constantly like, oh, I don't need a man.
Yeah.
I don't need a man. I don't need a man. I don't need a man. Talk to me. Like, how is it that you feel about the whole, like, how you mentioned 5149, right?
Mhm.
Like, break that down for me, right? Like, what was it that there was things that you feel like, no, I'm a man, it has to be this way. If you understood what I was trying to say.
So do you want like examples of like
Yeah, just like example, like talk to that, like so like for example, like one good point that you made honestly was like, yo, listen, if somebody breaks through that front door right now,
right.
you're not gonna grab my gun.
Right.
You're gonna tell me to grab the gun
and go
and then go.
Right. So with that being said, yeah, like if I don't know, let's just say if I say, curfew's 11 o'clock, I don't even feel like that should be a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, the I don't know.
To your girl or to your kids?
To my kids.
Oh, okay. I thought like, damn boy.
No.
Okay, okay.
Certain things like, hey, if curfew's at this time, curfew's at this time.
And then you expect the woman to be like, yo, dad said 11 o'clock.
You know what I'm saying?
So
No, not even he said. We said.
Oh, we okay.
Because the thing in having kids with different women, the one thing that I noticed is that a united front needs to be put together at all times.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
I agree.
With that, like, especially, like, you're married, you live with your wife. It's easier for you to have an opinion and your wife to have an opinion because your son's going to see both of you guys every day. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you don't live with that woman or man and your kid sees one life here and one life over here, now they try to play against each other.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, especially if you're not living with the mother or father of your child, I definitely feel like a united front. Even if Okay, baby mama number 4. Baby mama number 4.
We got numbers out here.
Yeah, baby mama number 4. She's the one that truly, truly showed me that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she really put it into me. And she's like, yeah, listen, we can argue about whatever, but the answer that we're going to give him is going to be from us. You see what I'm saying? Like,
it's got to be this answer.
Yeah.
And we can talk about it after.
And you know what I'm saying? So whether she agrees with me or not, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes she's like, hey, no, we're going to do it. You know what I'm saying? So we'll argue, but we argue over here, not in front of him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he's 11 years old, and I think he's maybe seen me and his mom argue one time. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Maybe one time. So no, we always she's the one that definitely showed me, like, and like really put it into my head, like, we can't appear divided to him, because he needs to, number one, know that he gets support all around the board.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Support for children is very important. You know what I'm saying? When you're over there in the stands at their soccer games, or when you're over there at the stands in their football games, or you watching your daughter cheerlead or dance or whatever, those things are super important.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I try to cut you off too, but like, I truly 100% stand by that.
Yes.
100%. I mean, bro, like, out of all my soccer games, you know, like, and not seeing both of my parents there, that to even like, I saw my mom, right?
Yeah.
My mom was always there.
A part of you doesn't even care anymore.
Because I'm just like, damn, bro, like, my dad, like, you know, at that time, I viewed it as like, damn, like, my dad really couldn't show up. Like, come on, bro, like, you know, just one day. But I understood, because in my situation, my dad just had to travel to make ends meet. You know what I mean? Like, he had to. So now that I'm older, you know, I don't see it that way. But back then, as a kid, bro, that hits you hard, bro.
Yes,
honestly, I would go home crying, and my dad would be like, "Yo, like, how was your game? Like, you know, did your mom have photos?" And I'd be like, "Bro, what do you care?"
Yeah.
And I'll just go to my room.
Yeah, because you don't feel like they care
at that moment.
You don't understand the sacrifice that he's actually making.
100%.
You see what I'm saying? So yeah, man. You know, when you know, and then, you know, just got off track a little bit, going back to that 51-49.
Yeah, for real.
That's
a good point.
There's just there's just certain instances where I just feel like the man's opinion should just outweigh just slightly more. Just like I said, 51-49. I'm not even saying 60-40. No. 51-49. Because at the end of the day, everything's going to fall back on that man. So,
see, so like for me, right, I always viewed it as in like just 50-50. But I feel like my situation is just the fact that, for one, I mean, my wife's amazing. Like, I have an amazing wife. Shout out to you. So it's like, for me, right, she expects all of these things for me to do and to meet, right? At the same time, I expect her to meet everything, to do everything.
Mm-hmm.
And she does.
You have your expectations for her, and she has her expectations for you.
And we both meet. So for me, it's like, that's why I agree, and I say, oh, for us, in my situation, my mind, everything is 50-50. You know what I mean? So she expects me to go grab the AK or the M4 and to see who's at the front door. You know what I mean? I also expect her that if I'm doing that, I expect you to go and be cuddled up the kids and hide the kids and, you know, just be with the kids at all times. So like, I hate. I don't want to say I hate women nowadays, because I don't want to say hates. I don't like that word. But I do want to say, I don't think it's right that women sit here and start yelling, "Oh, I don't need no man. I can do anything on my own." It's like, yo, like, if we're being honest, like, you might need a man, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, but like, yeah, you probably do.
For those heterosexual relationships.
Okay? Yeah. It's like, yo, listen, like, you do, like, who built this right now? Man, a woman might have designed it. Going back to that whole, what I say is 50-50.
Yeah.
She designed it, but at the end of the day, who still got with 2 hands, 2 knees, 2 legs, you know what I mean, and did everything.
Even in the philosophical sense of your household, your wife designs the household. It's your job to build it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
No,
your wife kind of guides you, but it's your job to make sure. You see what I'm saying?
So and that's a good point, because like, you're right. So she will say, "Babe, I need this to be done. I need this to be done, and I need this to be done."
Exactly.
It's my job. It's my duty. I have to do it. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But it's like, once that's done, now it's like, all right, cool. That stove is brand new. Cook, make something.
Exactly.
So it's like, I like that 50-50. I don't like when women start sitting here and start throwing it in people's face and men's face and be like, I don't need you. Like, yo, I can do everything myself. It's like, cool.
belittling to the
Go
man's
answer the
ego.
front door with a handgun, and then at the same time, the next day, make sure that the lawn is cut. Make sure that everything is fed, right? Make sure that the AC, that you can fix the AC. Don't call nobody, because like you said, you can do it on your own. So you better fix that
Do it on
AC
your own.
on your own. And then if you call somebody, I need you to swallow these words and never say it again. You know what I mean? And so another good point that somebody had made was that they're like, yo, like, you say you don't need a man, but the moment that something hits a fan, who do you call?
Yeah.
911.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You're still gonna call them. There's still gonna be men and women
Yep.
that are gonna show up to the scene. You know what I mean? That was for me. That was my point. Just because I hear it all the time, and I don't think it's right, because I feel like what that does too, right? I feel like it kills men mentally
Yes.
and emotionally, because now it's like, I don't know, like I want to say that, like, maybe that's what turns some men to be feminine. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm just throwing my own
I'll be
opinions
honest with
out
you.
there.
A lot of men become feminine because of their mothers. Why?
Yeah, I agree.
Because you have that I can do everything on my own, but the only thing you know how to do is be a woman. You know, and again, there's nothing wrong with that. But the only thing you know how to do is be a woman. So you could never show a man how to really be a man for real. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I was raised with a single mom. I mean, I knew my dad, but he was never there for real. You know what I'm saying? So I was
Yeah,
definitely raised with a single mom. And my mom did a great job. But guess what? There are certain things that she could never teach me. You know what I'm saying? My mom could never teach me certain things. There are certain questions I could never ask my mom because she doesn't know. Why? Because she's never been a man. So, no, especially every boy needs a man in their life. You know what I'm saying? Because there's
100%.
certain things that you can never, a woman could never teach a man certain things. And it's literally just impossible. You know what I'm saying? And again, I was raised with a single mom, and I turned out her.
5 and
But
6 kids.
listen, but you see, my thing with the 6 kids is a lot of people sit there like, oh damn, da da da. I could call five of them right now, Gabby. I could call five of them right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I got one that I can't call right now. And, yeah, let's just be honest. That it was kind of my fault. Why? Because I was doing reckless stuff back then. She made the best decision at the time, and me being grown now, I can respect her decision. You know what I'm saying? Because at that time, yeah, I was reckless, man. And she made the decision like, no,
put the kids
I'm
first.
taking me and my daughter out of this situation completely. Like she left the state. You know what I'm saying? Because again, like I'm gonna pull up on you, bro. Like I even listen. I pulled up on her in Texas too. Like listen, the country ain't that big, man. The
My
country is
boy.
not that big. So I pulled up on her in Texas, but yeah, she never answered the calls, the emails, and everything. And you know what? It's probably best that she didn't at that time. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, listen, in my opinion, like all these dudes that got a lot of kids and everything like that, in my opinion, you only look like a sucker when you ain't taking care of your kids. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter how many kids you got as long as you take care of them. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're there for your kids the best of your ability, to me, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And again, all my kids at the house.
Lovely answer. I like that.
Yeah, man.
Well, that was good, honestly. I mean, it's like I said, going back to the whole like 50, 40, 51, 49 thing, right? And you know, that to me was just like I'm kind of glad you just honestly brought that up, because I just genuinely feel like that's one of the world's biggest problems right now.
Uh-huh.
Is I feel like men are constantly hearing that, and I feel like it's just destroying them emotionally and
Uh-huh.
mentally in a way. But
Yeah, I
obviously,
definitely agree.
no, that's good.
And it's turning too many men feminine and it's turning too many women masculine. And that's the problem. The women are becoming so masculine they really don't need a man for real. As much as they say it, they're actually following up in them footsteps and they really don't need a man for real. And that's the problem that's really taking over, to be honest with you. A lot too many men are becoming too feminine and too many women are becoming too masculine. Point blank.
Yeah, especially in today's age, where
Yeah.
no, it's definitely an issue. I see it all the time.
Yep.
I genuinely feel like that needs to stop,
Yep.
honestly, because it's like, yo, like, if you really want to get down to, like, book by book, it's like you need a man to reproduce. Unless, I mean, technically you. Well, actually, no. You know what you do, because I feel like a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, well, I can just go to a sperm bank."
Where'd you get the sperm from?
So I'm saying, where did I come from, man?
Yeah.
Now I understand for some people that be listen, I want to have kids, but I don't want to I haven't have a man in my life. Those decisions are entirely up to you. But just don't sit there and
Speaking on
start
that, not to
and
cut you off.
no, go ahead.
I was working in Pennsylvania.
Okay,
I'm not even gonna say where I was working at.
that's fine. That's better.
I was working in Pennsylvania, and one of the servers at the restaurant was an older woman, but she wasn't even too old. She was probably like almost 30. She was probably almost 30.
Okay.
But for women, reproductive wise, that's kind of getting up there.
Yeah.
So she was like almost 30 or just hit 30, something like that. But long story short, she's never had a boyfriend or
Okay.
anything. Like she was a completely single woman her entire life. She lived with her mom.
Wow.
She went and paid $15,000 to get artificially inseminated because she wanted a kid.
That's a hefty number.
Like, bro, listen, and she's just a server. Like, I'm not hating on servers out there, but we weren't at no 5-star restaurant, okay? I'm not gonna throw the place out there.
But yo, where'd you get the money from?
Listen, man, listen. She was working at the restaurant, and she was driving over to Pittsburgh every day to do Uber over in Pittsburgh to get enough money to go and have a kid. You know?
So at the same time, she was hustling though.
No. She was definitely hustling for it. Like,
Okay.
yeah, she was definitely hustling. But it's like that right there just puts her. I don't need no man. Like her whole point behind that. Because I asked him like, bro, just being funny. I'm like, bro, you paid $15,000 to have a kid. I said, well, you could have bought me a bottle of Henny and a little bit of something to smoke
and a Snicker.
Yeah, I would have gave you that for free. And then she's like, oh. But like she wanted to like specifically pick this, and that. Like so she knows what her kids
build the baby.
Like build the baby. Like for real. Like she picked like the intellectual level of the man and everything.
Oh man.
But yeah, like she really built the baby. But I say that to say things like that lead women to say, I don't need a man. It's her thing. She's like, oh, I don't need a man. I can just go have a kid.
If that's how you feel, then cool, right? That's just how you feel.
But side note, she's not even gay. She wasn't gay. Because I asked her, yo, are you gay? She's like, no. Because I thought, because a lot of gay women
usually, yeah.
So okay. I thought she was like in a lesbian relationship or she was gay. She's like, oh no, I'm not gay. I'm straight. I just don't have a boyfriend. I don't have a man. She's like, I'm not gonna wait till I'm too old to have a kid. I'm gonna have a kid. And I was like, oh, that's kind of crazy. Yeah. So she wasn't even gay or anything. I just thought
to me, that is crazy. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you because it's just like, just be patient and just find the right guy. You know what I mean? I mean, but then again, who knows her situation? Her situation must have been something else that me and you probably don't know. But going back to the whole thing, right? It's like, listen, if that's how you feel, cool.
Yeah, cool.
Understood. I understand. I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not gonna knock you on the head for it. If that's how you feel, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But what I don't like is for women to then get aggressively and then start attacking men and be like, yo, I don't need you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, bro, listen, relax because you do.
Mm-hmm.
Relax because you do. But as long as you're not gonna attack me about it, then you know what? It's fine. Whatever, that's your belief. Cool. Let's just end things here then, and let's just be out. But don't sit there and then start attacking the culture of like men. Like I hate this thing where people are like, oh, men are toxic masculinity or whatever. I don't know how to say it. I think that's so dumb because it's like, bro, like going back to a few examples ago. Let's just say you're a beautiful black girl with dreads, right? And then some big black dude starts attacking you, and you see me right here, and I'm walking by, right? And you have that mindset of, oh, toxic masculinity, men are, are you gonna ask me like, help me? Are you gonna ask me, or are you still gonna sit there and just get beat up and just get hit in the face? You're probably gonna ask me to help you, right?
Yeah.
And what am I gonna do? Shoot him. Shoot him.
Yeah, it's 2024, man. Lay down.
Oh, I'm sure.
Down. Yeah.
Listen, I'm sure. And if he's 6'6",
yeah.
He's already got the sweat going on. I'm about to shoot you down. But that's my point, right? Is that it's like, listen, there's no toxic masculinity or whatever, because at the end of the day, when you need men to be that type of way, it's okay. But when you don't need men to be that type of way, oh, they're being toxic. It's like, nah, man, it's just like, it's like working me up for some reason. Over here building sweat from that, but
listen, man.
But no, honestly, that's good because I definitely like that topic a lot because I feel like that's a topic that you can go so deep into. You know what I mean?
Oh, listen, man.
Hours, but obviously we ain't gonna go any further because it's not about that right now.
Yeah.
What's right now important for me Some 6 kids, man.
Yeah. Shout out to them.
Shout out to them 6 kids.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I like that.
Yeah, man.
I like the relationships that you can still have with one another. So let
Yeah.
me ask you. I know we're jumping off topic already, but I don't want to dig too further into that topic
Okay.
because obviously what's important is the kids too. How are your kids with your other kids? Like, well, all the stepbrothers and stepsisters. Like, how are they? Like, they have good relationships.
Yeah, man. Oh, listen. One thing I definitely put in there. See, my dad, he had kids with other women, and I got a brother that's literally 3 or 4 months younger than me,
Okay.
and I didn't even meet him until 4 years ago when I was living in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
But I had to go meet him on my own time. You know what I'm saying? So I personally, I told myself from the beginning, like, my kids ain't gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if none of my kids like me, they gonna be cool with each other. You know what I'm saying? Speaking on that, my oldest daughter went to Texas last month, and she was chilling with, you know what I'm saying, my other daughter, the one that lives
Oh,
in
really?
Texas. Yeah. So again,
that's beautiful.
listen, the mom don't let me talk to her, but the mom lets her have a relationship with the brothers. I'm cool with that, man. I'm cool with that.
No,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
lovely,
Like,
yo.
if
Honestly,
my kids can all have a relationship together, bro, listen, you can take me out the picture at that point in time. It doesn't matter to me as long as they got that relationship. Because guess what? Once I'm dead and gone, bro, all they're gonna have is each other. You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah.
like it's gonna come a point in time where, bro, your parents are gonna be gone. All you gonna have is your brothers and your sisters. All you gonna have are your siblings, your cousins. You know what I'm saying? So I make it a point to definitely make sure all my kids got good relationships with each other. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's
And
very.
it's sad, man, to hear and to say this, but like I know a few like single parents and single mothers that like will sit there and be like, nah, I don't want them to
Yeah.
have a relationship
Yep.
with their stepsisters and or brothers, and it's like,
Yeah.
yo, that's sad, bro,
It's
because
a jealousy.
it's an amazing point that you just made right now. It's like when I'm gone, all they're gonna have is each other.
Yes.
Whether it's not with the same mother or father, but at the end of the day, they're still gonna have each other.
Yes.
And that's a good point because honestly, bro, like it really is sad to sit there and be like, man, like I really have heard from multiple clients, bro, that have told me they're like, oh yeah, no, I don't let my son have any relationships with the younger sister. Like, my bro, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That really is.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, that's not cool. Like, you're hurting the kids at that point in time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
And
now
hurting
their
the
mind is running like, damn, like why dad doesn't want me to associate with my stepsister.
So no, I don't get down like that, man. I definitely make sure all my kids got a relationship with each other.
So all the single parents out there, that shit tough.
Yeah, that's just tough, man.
My first interview, obviously, he came from a second. I mean, I'm talking about he came from a single mother. You know what I mean? So now I'm kind of seeing it from like your perspective, where now would you want to say you're like a single father, pretty much?
Yeah, for sure.
See, so that's cool, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I like seeing the different sides. Like I said, this is what this is all about. Is it's just about me seeing different sides, me hearing everybody's things that they got going on in life.
Definitely, man.
I love that. You ready to get out of the hot ass building, bro?
Here, man.
Yo, this was beautiful. Damn.